After a bye week, Florida State goes back to work in pursuit of an ACC championship and beyond. We got Steve Merrill on the line from Wager Talk. Check out Steve's work at wagertalk.com. Wager Talk TV is right here on YouTube as well. Virginia Tech and Florida State. A lot has happened, Steve, since the last time these two got together 5 years ago. Virginia Tech won that one 24-3 in Willie Taggart's first game as Florida State head coach. Again, that seems like it was forever ago. Florida State, a 24-point favorite. Of course, they had that letdown a few weeks ago at Boston College as a 25-point favorite. How do you see this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could definitely say that was, a look-ahead spot for Florida State, perhaps, with the big Clemson game on deck the following week in Week 4. And we talked about this, in the Clemson game, this Clemson Wake Forest preview on the channel over there today, this week as well, that it looked like a bad spot for Clemson last week. They bounced back, really played well on the road. And as you mentioned in that spotlight, that, Clemson outgained Florida State by over 140 yards. And I mentioned that I had a best bet on Clemson, and I openly talk about that loss because I feel like I was on the right side. And I would have won that game more times than not. They had multiple 10-point leads throughout the game and found a way to miss that game in overtime and miss the field goal late specifically and lose as a home dog. So it was not an impressive showing by Florida State. And it was not impressive showing, as you said, the week before against Boston College. So I think you could definitely make the case that the bye week came at a really good time for Florida State last week. And we'll see if they regroup against a very mediocre Virginia Tech team. Currently, this line is 24. My database simulation, 10,000 games through the simulation, has Florida State winning by about 28.5 over 4 touchdowns. So I do think there's some line value with Florida State. And if you're going to play it, I would lay it. But on the surface, I do think Florida State might be a little bit overrated, defensively especially. This is a team on the year that's given up 22.5 points a game. They're giving up 5.7 yards per play. Very average numbers for a top 5, top 10 team. Just don't know if Virginia Tech can fully take advantage. They've thrown the ball decently at times, but they've also struggled at times offensively, and Tech has scored 17 or less in 3 of their 5 games. Looked better last week against Pittsburgh. Just missed out having 200 rushing and passing yards. Got to 199 running, 228 passing, and 38 points. So was that maybe the breakout game for Virginia Tech's offense? We'll see. If you want to hedge the Florida State play, maybe the over is worth a look as well. If Florida State does struggle a little bit defensively, this game probably goes over the 53. So I'd lean Florida State, but I'd lean the over as well.
Virginia Tech with what on the surface looks like an impressive win against Pitt last week by 21 points. The Panthers, of course, struggling, but Virginia Tech had lost 9 consecutive games against Power 5 opponents before that win against Pitt. You can catch Steve's complete work at Wager Talk TV. That's right here on YouTube and wagertalk.com for the complete look at college football, the NFL. And Steve drops by every Thursday. And so you want to jump from channel to channel as Steve knocks out his analysis on each and every team that we provide here at the Voice of College Football. And of course, the crown jewel is Steve's Under the Radar selection for us exclusively here at the Voice of College Football. Become a YouTube member on the main channel. You get Steve's Under the Radar selection, 16-2 against the spread, or on patreon.com/MarkRogersTV. Always a good time, Steve. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Mark.